You know, when we think of public health, we may not always consider the role that technology plays. 3 of our IT experts join the pod today to talk about protecting your digital health, keeping devices safe at home, and how AI factors into all this. We even get a quick visit from our own unique AI chatbot. Then we talk grilling, tailgating, and what old technology we still stand by today. Let's not mourn the loss of dial-up internet. Some things are better left in the past. All that and more coming up on Health is Real. Come on in, stay a while. Andrew Stinson here alongside Zach Watson. The name of the podcast is Health is Real from Franklin County Public Health. Coming to you today, as we normally do, from Memorial Hall in downtown Columbus. Zach, how's it going today?
I am fantastic.
Fantastic. Love to hear it. And I'm really excited for our guests today. We have not one, not two. We have 3 guests today.
That's a record.
It's a record.
We've never had that many guests. The IT team here at Franklin County Public Health has set a record for guests.
That's
Welcome.
Right. That's right. We have Sondra Burns, the IT systems supervisor. And we have Nik Shipman and DeAngela Watson. They are IT desktop support technicians. We got the whole IT team here today. So, quick question. We want to know, just to get to know you a little bit more, how did you get into public health? Like, what's a brief synopsis of why you do what you do? And I guess I'll start with Sondra.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you so much for having us. I'm 1/3 of the IT system superstars here at Franklin County Public Health. So, Andrew, Zach, we're so excited to be here. I'm pretty sure this is probably going to be your highest rated show.
I think it will.
I'm talking about hundreds and thousands. I told my parents that I was like, I'm going to be on a podcast today.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah. So what inspired me to work in public health? Well, to be honest, I needed a new job. But once I got here and saw the work and understood how we impact our communities and how a software or a cell phone, an app, just the slightest thing can affect our community. So it really gave me a chance to look at the real world impact that Franklin County Public Health or all health departments have. It just saving lives, whether it's streamlining vaccine distributions or ensuring data security for patient records. It just, knowing that my work helps people stay healthy every day.
Excellent. Excellent. DeAngela, what about you?
Well, hi, you guys. Thank you for having us. I'm excited to be here. Public health, it does focus on a lot of community work and community health. So to dive into this type of environment was inspiring for me. And I love helping people. So I don't mind assisting anyone with any problems or issues or troubleshooting. Everyone isn't as tech savvy. So when people have regular questions like, can you help me with this? I don't mind showing up without, rolling my eyes or,
Yeah, I imagine there's a lot of questions that get asked to IT folks all the time.
All the time.
Nick, what about you?
Mine was a little different. I always go with my previous life of I was 20 years plus at Kohl's, and that is nothing but customer service focused. But needed a life change, so went to school and got certifications. Went to Red Roof, and from there, IT, desktop, and public health opened up, and it's all about a matter of customer service and helping communities.
That's great. So we know IT is more than just plugging and unplugging, although that does tend to solve a fair amount of issues.
You'd be shocked at how much unplugging and plugging back in does solve.
Have you restarted your machine?
Question 1, I'm sure, is often that question.
When's the last time you restarted?
So, and anyone can answer this, how would you describe your responsibilities as an IT professional?
How much time do we have?
As long as you need.
A lot, yeah, as long as you need.
So our role is about problem solving. We make sure that our systems are secure and the data is accessible, and our staff have the tech tools that they need to do their jobs effectively. And that could mean anything from managing servers, cybersecurity, to training people on new software. It's like we're the invisible backbone of the organization. We keep everything running smoothly, and people don't tend to think about tech until tech is not working. So you all probably don't even think about tech until these laptops don't come on, or the lights on your switchboard don't come on, or the sound on the mic. So we're embedded in a lot of things, but you don't really pay attention to it until it doesn't work properly. And then that's when we are the popular kids.
Yeah.
Piggybacking off of what Sondra said, it's just what can we do to solve your issue as quickly as possible, and not talk down to you. Back to DeAngela, it's everyone's different levels. I mean, you setting up this equipment in here is, not going to be what one of our CHWs does. They have another set of needs of tools. So
Absolutely.
Yeah. And to add on to that too, I just want to say this is a group that does not, to your point, talk down to anybody. Dealing with you all, like when we bring you in, to your point on the things that are broken or not working, you all are just an absolute dream to work with. So I just wanted to compliment you. So
Thank you.
thank you.
Well, and also when you think about like digital health, like what's important is keeping the website up, making sure that there's not any issues there, because that's where a lot of people go to get information, right? So there's a lot involved health related too with being an IT professional.
yeah, absolutely. And so, to go into this a little bit really quick before we ask the question, bringing, this podcast, we're around this professional topic of public health, but we wanted to be untraditional in that space. And then when we were thinking of people who we can invite on the podcast, I said, well, we're untraditional, and no one invites their IT team on. No one does, even though IT teams here, we talk about IT stereotypes. I feel like a true stereotype of IT is that they're some of the most fun people in, like, because think about it. They have access to a bunch of information. They know all of what's going on. They're usually like the funnest people to talk with and hang around with. Again, yet another thing I found true in my experience. But we wanted to have you on because you all are not just experts here, but I would trust you with IT or anything outside of the office too. So I wanted to ask you, for anyone listening here who might not be as tech savvy, or maybe they're even like moderate like me, I would say I'm moderate. What can people do to keep themselves and their devices like safe at home, or like, do you have any sort of like IT wisdom for people that they can apply in their everyday lives?
Yes, keeping all your devices updated, back everything up.
So when your phone yells at you that you need to back up your phone, you should listen to it?
Yes.
Okay.
Spam filters, firewalls, and sometimes with emails, you might get an email from a Nigerian prince that wants to give you $50 million. Please don't click on that.
I don't know. 50 million's a lot, though. Like 50 million. No, that's good advice for sure.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you said something like that. I mean, because sometimes the Nigerian prince thing not true. Now sometimes though things can be true. Like I just talked to my grandma today, who said she needed me to wire her money. I hope I didn't do anything wrong, but she just needed cash from me.
You might have just lost some money, Zach. I think that you might have been scammed.
Wait, seriously?
Maybe.
Oh, that's wild. Anyway,
I'm sure she needs Apple gift cards for her iPod Nano.
Yeah, that's right.
she did say something about her iPod Nano.
I wanted to thank you, Zach, for the compliment for the customer service for my team. I've been in tech for about 14, almost 15 years, and I have a customer service background. So when I hire staff, I look for staff with a customer service background first, because tech is just literally customer service with a technical aspect. I would say, Zach, you're probably a little more, I mean, if you want it, if we got an open seat, you can come on over here with us, the cool kids. I think you could do this job for sure. Absolutely.
I'll think about that.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so to add on to what DeAngela was talking about protecting themselves and home devices, we get a lot of those questions like, hey, what should I do? So a couple tips and tricks is to use antivirus software and keep it updated. Don't click on suspicious links like the Nigerian prince. And then use strong passwords. So please don't use password, capital P, password, exclamation point, 12 or 2025.
Are people still doing that?
Sometime when we have to go swap out equipment, we'll pick up the keyboard and someone will have their password on a sticky note up under the keyboard. I'm like, what? What is this? Don't do that.
It is interesting, though.
Very much so. Also, another like security keys, turn on like a 2-factor authentication. We use Ping ID in the professional space, but there's also other 2-factor authentication items that you can use. Like they'll text you, or you have to, drag the puzzle piece and line it up. But
Yeah.
when they have the grid and it's like a stoplight, and the top quadrant of the stoplight is like in the square, and it's not, that gives me so much anxiety, because if I don't click it and it tell me I got the puzzle wrong, I'm so mad. Like, why didn't I just click that little corner?
It's always fun to fail the "Are you a human?"
Are
test.
you a human test?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, and that's the other thing too, is like what drives me crazy is it's like, pick the motorcycle or
Yeah.
whatever, but then it's just like one will be of a scooter, and I'm like, but
yeah.
I was like, should I just skip this one, because it's not technically by definition a motorcycle. Like, what am I? And so, like, yeah, I have this like moment of like where I'm frazzled or
Me
whatever,
too.
or like pick the mountaintop or whatever. I'm
Yes.
like, is that a hill or a mountain? I don't know
Right.
what that is, and so sometimes I get really nervous about that too. To bring it back to the password on the sticky note,
Yeah.
just asking for a friend.
Mm-hmm.
What if someone's grandma asked them for their social security number when they were wiring them money? Is that bad?
Oh my God. Why do you need your social security number to wire money?
You don't.
Yeah.
Don't.
So
I will
sometimes-
tell my friend.
Look, so this is where the customer service aspect comes in, because that could turn spicy real quick. Like, Doug, like common sense, but then you're like, well, no, you wouldn't need your social security number to wire money. And just explaining to the end user, like sometimes the end user thinks it's a lot more difficult than what it is. And sometimes the end user can actually make the issue more difficult than what it actually is. So our job is to ask the right questions of the end user. This doesn't work. Okay. What about it is not working? Or what are you doing? Or what did you do before that it worked and now that it's not? So sometimes just asking the right questions. So if Nana needs help with wiring money, you got to ask her the right questions sometime to get the right answer.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll let this friend know.
Yeah, the friend, air quotes. Yeah.
Whoops. So when we were planning this, I came up with this yesterday because like we were thinking of questions to ask you guys. I said, you guys are kind of the only group who would understand how we feel. Like we are specialists in, it's like we know a lot about the area that we're trained in, but then everything else around us, we've had to like learn on the periphery and stuff like that. So given that fact, what's something that each of you have learned about public health that informs your work as an IT professional, or something that you sort of take with you to work every day that you might not have necessarily known when you first started here?
A good question. I would say prevention. Just like we prevent our devices from attacks, and we have to keep everything updated, even with the EP department, with preventing, with emergency preparedness. Before I got here, I was not prepared for an emergency. I didn't have my CPR training. I didn't have a first aid kit.
For me, it's not a one size fits all. So emergency preparedness has different equipment needs than our plumbing inspectors. They're not using their laptops as much anymore. They're using iPads and going into the Intel warehouse, and it's a little bit different. So it's a matter of adaptability and change and what works with whatever you may need. I know now the nurses are using more like their iPads as opposed to laptops, because getting an internet connection, now having to use the hotspot.
Yeah.
And doing everything on one piece as opposed to I need my phone, turn the hotspot on, I got to turn my laptop on, make sure everything's secure.
Yeah, those are great. And thank you for this question, Zach. I think what I learned, especially being in technology, about how technology affects, it's across all. Working with Alex the Epi, we worked together to establish technology as a social determinant of health.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the most eye-opening, I mean, of course, COVID, but it was like during the time of COVID. That was one of the most eye-opening, I guess, topics, like learned about, studied about, and brought to the forefront. And how that works is the correlation with education as well as access where you live and how technology can affect that. For example, I have a 92-year-old grandfather who, of course, does not have, well, we just got him a cell phone, but he doesn't have Wi-Fi. So he doesn't have a laptop. And so when he goes to the doctor and they're telling him, did you check your MARI chart? He's looking like, what is a MARI chart? He doesn't know how to use that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then also like the rural areas where we get a lot of staff live in more rural areas outside of the city. So they're like, we don't have access to good quality internet. There's maybe one internet service provider in their area. However, the service is still not good. So like a Spectrum may be down in Circleville. However, it's not very robust. So they have a lot of lagging and intermittent connectivity.
Right.
Also, when we look at like children who were remote during COVID and you look at private schools, I'll give you a perfect example. My son was in private school most of his life. And so in 9th and 10th grade, when he went to his private school, he was met with an iPad and here, this is what you're going to use. And then when he went to the city schools, they didn't get iPads or tablets until COVID. So then you can give children iPads and tablets, but if they don't have internet at home, they're unable to work.
Yeah.
Then you also, it's just like, so now we've talked about education, we've talked about healthcare, all of which technology is falling into. And I think that was like a real eye opener for me. So yeah, I think working here has shown me that technology does touch every aspect of our work, whether we kind of like it or think about it or not. It does.
Yeah.
And, I wanted to ask about this. You hear about AI a lot in the news. It's kind of
The buzzword.
It's kind of the big
Yes.
thing.
Yes, it is.
So how do, in your opinion, the advancements that are happening in AI, how can that affect public health? What should our audience know about AI and what that's doing?
I'll start, and
Sure.
I would love for my team to join me. AI is a feeder, so you do have to feed it the information for it to be, I guess, generate the smarter responses, so to speak. But I do say it has a huge potential. It can help analyze outbreaks faster. It can personalize health education, and even, I don't want to say it can predict disease, but it can tell you, like, if you keep up these behaviors, this is the outcome that you're going to get. It also raises concerns about privacy, bias in data, and also the risk of misinformation. So, using AI is fine. Also doing the proper research behind the findings of AI is important too. Always human oversight, something that we might miss. So it's a tool, but it's not a replacement for expertise or empathy.
Yeah, it's the trust but verify.
Right.
Because that's one of, like, using ChatGPT. The nice thing is when you put that information in there, it is giving you some of the sources. So verifying if that's an actual true source is really helpful.
I agree. I love AI. I have my own chatbot. Her name is Naira.
Oh.
Who I use all the time. It's a tool. Like, we're in the government too. We don't use it. We don't have access to. I mean, we have ChatGPT, but you guys are in comms, so I'm sure you know. Or there's probably some AI you want to get your hands on, but you can't.
I won't speak for Andrew. I'm very like, I don't want it. Like
really?
if I have a
Really?
situation, I'm gonna go, like, it's like if I have an IT situation, right, I'm gonna go talk to Nik GPT over here. It's one of those things where I do realize I hope it's in a helpful form here to stay, right? Like, I think one of you brought up that it could predict like disease modeling. Awesome thing. Or, as someone who writes for both a living and in there as a hobby and pastime outside of work, when it came along and people were like, I'm using it to like write these things or I was just like, but that's like the fun. You know, why don't like I'm still a little upset that AI / a robot to fold my laundry has not been invented, but it's like you want to use it to write. I'm like, the writing's the fun part. Go use AI to do like a work process that helps you write more, so you can have fun doing like the writing piece and stuff like that. But yeah, I do hope that it stays around and improves from like a helpful humanity aspect.
Absolutely.
I think the Jetsons were trying to tell us a few things with AI for sure.
Yeah.
Johnny 5.
Yeah.
That's my boy. Cassandra. What? Ain't nobody told me nothing.
I didn't know about this.
What?
No, I don't know about that.
And you know, my name is Cassandra. So something similar, I'm already about it because they always call me Cassandra anyway and pronounce my name wrong. So
One thing I do love about AI though is every time I go to the doctor, and I like last year I was in and out of the hospital a lot, and a lot of times I walked away with no answers. Where they were like, "I'm sorry, you're healthy. We have no idea what's wrong with you," and I'm like, "Something's wrong with me." And I will take my all my test results and I will upload them into AI, and they would give me a breakdown. I would put my EKG scan in there, my CT scans, my MRI, everything. And they would give me a precise breakdown of where I could start, what they thought was wrong with me, and everything that I didn't walk away with at the hospital that I thought was incredible. Like, wow, it could at least gave me a little bit of this information, but I got it from AI, which I thought was, for me, it was very beneficial.
That's hugely helpful. That's huge. You know, that's so big and so helpful. And it goes back to what Sondra was talking about. Like, you know, having your grandfather, like, I chuckled a little bit when you said that, because I'm just like, I'm 36 years old and I don't log on to my chart because I'm like, no, my insurance pays you to tell me like what's wrong with me. Like, I want you to tell me what's wrong with me, not like going to the my chart and the my chart's just like, hey bud, do you ever think about eating healthier? Like, no, shame me, doctor, shame me. But I'm glad that was super helpful, DeAngela. That's a really good use case for AI.
that is an example again of technology as a social determinant of health, because without her using AI to get like the baseline for her healing, she wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
So I think it's like good and bad. And to your point, Zach, about the overusage.
Right.
Now, I don't, and some people do, I don't put it on my cell phone. I think it's just a little too much. I don't know if I trust it enough to, be on my cell phone. And I'm a tech girl, so I understand some things, like if you have certain apps on your phone, you could just be having a conversation and then you're going to see an ad for something you're talking about. Like, what? Or if you get on TikTok, your algorithm will flip just based off conversations that you've been having.
Yep.
So with that being said, what you may want to do is turn off your mic on some of the apps. That's just the little tips and tricks so they can't hear you.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Zach sounds worried.
Grandma, no.
Grandma.
She's going to be sending another email.
Definitely.
So I heard you were talking with your IT team today. I need more money quick.
Quickly, swiftly.
One question we like to ask all of our guests, and it'd be great if we could get an answer from each of you. It's kind of like a pageant question, like you see on a Miss America or something like. If you could wave a magic wand and change one thing related to public health, not just like you'd have $1 billion or something, but like you could change one thing related to public health, what would you change?
I would make sure everyone, no matter where they lived, has access to quality, affordable health care and digital tools. I think a lot of the problem comes down to inequality, and technology can help bridge the gap, but we also need funding.
Yeah, funding for access.
Access. Yeah, sorry.
Absolutely.
Well, since this is a pageant question, I'm going to say a pageant answer.
That's fine.
World peace.
I love it.
DeAngela, why are you waving? She's doing the princess wave right now.
No, I was going to say the same thing. Free healthcare. I have seen people have to file bankruptcy because of medical bills. So 100% free healthcare, dental, vision, everything. Pay out of pocket 1 penny. So kind of like universal healthcare for
Okay.
everyone.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Excellent. Nick, what about you?
Well, I got to follow suit. I was going to say healthcare. Just, taking care of yourselves, just in having those tools, and having it explained to you is super helpful of just your longevity for life.
Yeah.
Excellent. Love it. Sondra Burns.
Hey.
I'm sorry?
Saying hey.
Hey.
Hey, I'm sorry, you called my name. I'm
No,
like, hey.
all good. All good. I just want to recap. Sondra Burns, IT Systems Supervisor. Nik Shipman and DeAngela Watson, IT Desktop Support Technicians here at Franklin County Public Health. We've had such a great time. Do you want to stick around and talk about some grilling and some tailgating stuff?
Absolutely.
Love it. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Now, we're here with our very own public health AI. This is FCPH GPT, and let's see what they have to say about what we're doing today. So, FCPH GPT, what do you like about fall?
Loading. There are many things I like about fall. The leaves, the football, the pumpkin spice lattes.
You know what? I like all those things too. Those are great things about fall. So, what would you say is your least favorite thing about this time of year?
The blankets. I do not like when people use blankets, because when I use a blanket, I get overheated.
You know what? That's a good point about the blankets. I didn't think about that. Yeah, overheating would be bad. Oh, so FCPH GPT, what are you going to be for Halloween this year?
Loading. I would like to do a Halloween costume that is very topical and very current. I was thinking Mariah Carey.
Oh, Mariah Carey. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Mariah Carey is still relevant, What kind of candy do you like to give out to trick-or-treaters this time of year?
Loading. I like to give out sugar babies. Sugar babies are delicious, as I have found through my algorithm.
Sugar babies. See, now I wouldn't have thought of sugar babies. What do you think of Reese cups?
The combination of chocolate and peanut butter is 57% more likely to give children an allergic reaction. And that's bad.
So, this time of year, people like to go out, they watch football games, be with their friends and family. What kind of tailgating do you like to do, FCPH GPT?
I like to hang out with all of the other AIs in the servers, and we also feast on the Earth's natural resources.
Interesting. I think that's a unique thing that's only about you, FCPH GPT.
Yes, based on my research, while you all are eating chicken wings, hot dogs, and hamburgers, we are sucking the Earth of its natural resources such as water.
How much water do you consume?
A metric bucket ton of water.
I'm sorry, a metric bucket ton of water? How much is that?
My sources tell me 9 million gallons. Look it up on me.
Look it up on you? Okay. Well, I feel like that's what I was doing when I asked you what it was. But what's a good tip for making sure your tailgate is safe and your food is safe?
Yes, there are multiple tips. Loading. Make sure that your food is cooked to proper temperature. Make sure that you are serving with gloves on and that you wash hands before you eat. And above all else, make sure there is water, but do not take my water.
Okay. Good tips. Always got to throw in the water bit there. That's true.
Yes, it does.
Okay, I think FCPH GPT has malfunctioned. So we'll work on getting him fixed, and we'll be right back. All right, let's talk about tailgate season. It's football season. We all like to tailgate here, I think. So I wanted to talk a little bit about grilling, tailgating, all that good stuff. Zach, what about you? Tailgating? Are you a tailgate guy?
No, but I when you're like, it's football season, I just had that. You remember the old ABC football, like, are you ready for some football? Yeah, that came in my head like a bolt of lightning. No, I have been to one tailgate once, and I did really enjoy it immensely, but I don't get to go to many, nor do I am skilled enough to host one.
You're not skilled enough to host one?
No, I don't have the skills.
I think we should have an FCPH tailgate, to be honest with you.
Absolutely.
It would be out of this world.
Yeah.
Sondra, what about you?
I love tailgating. I am a sports mom, sports girl. Shout out to my son and Nick's son. Nick's son, my son. We're football boys. Football, basketball, track. I never got a break. But I'm going to tell y'all the best tailgating experiences when my son was a freshman at Ohio Wesleyan College up here in Delaware. They tailgate. I'm talking about 8:00 in the morning. They're ready. They got the shots laid out.
Oh my God.
The individual shot glasses, and every hour they ringing a bell. You gotta take a shot. I was like, hold it. Hold on now. I'm still trying to finish off my Starbucks. Hold on. And so they had canes and I'm just saying every food that you can think of, they had it. Then they had a band, the old it's like the dads of the band, of the players, drummer, bass. They out kicking it. I'm like, I've never seen anything like this before.
I love this.
And I just enjoyed myself. So yeah, I'm definitely a tailgate girl. I think if we just right now, if we could put together of a tailgate committee, I think Nick should probably be in charge. And then we'll put Zach as the co-chair.
Ooh, okay.
I'll sign up, for some sides, little pasta salad, chicken tender, whatever you need.
Yeah.
Buffalo Wild Wings, whatever you want.
Yeah, and I want to specifically hear from Nick. So everybody knows out there, Nick and I mostly would just talk about IT or tech related things at work, or just, hey, how you do? Hey, how you doing? And then you had to fix something for me once. And I don't know, we got on the topic of weekends. It must have been a Thursday or a Friday. And you just started I think I asked you what you were doing for the weekend, and you were like, well, I've been smoking like a pork shoulder or something. And then you usually we're saying so many things. I'm like, oh my God, this man's a grill master. Tell us about all of that, just all of it.
Yeah. So for my birthdays fall in the summer. So a couple of years ago, my mom and family all chipped in and got me a smoker because I fell in with one of my buddies. He smoked chicken thighs. And I'm not a thigh person on chicken. And it was just one of the best things I'd ever had. And I was like, I want to get one. So I started out small. It's about the size of a small filing cabinet, and started out with a brisket and overcooked it a little bit, but it was still, there's a ritual to it.
Yeah.
So it's all right, starting up 6 a.m, put that bed, or overnight. So I've done that before, started it at midnight and let it go all day. So far, the most I've smoked is pork butt. So making pulled pork sandwiches and actually making it with doing different seasonings, trying different things, not measuring. I need a teaspoon of cayenne pepper and that. It's just throw it on there.
Yeah.
And then just kind of make it versatile. So I did an 8-pound one time, and half the family wanted just barbecue sandwiches and the other half wanted tacos. So it just kind of go in between. So it just started there. And then this year I got a Blackstone. So it just keeps upgrading.
I've heard
every year.
Yeah. I've heard my brother has a Blackstone. I've heard about this. Do you do any tailgating yourself, just to add on to that?
I've gone to tailgating. We went to opening season. We went to Texas, or the OSU Texas game this year.
Oh,
and I didn't have time to smoke because it was kind of a last minute thing.
Right,
but it just the environment, the camaraderie of the fans. Granted, the Buckeyes are, they're like OHIO, and but then watching Texas fans walk by, and everybody's giving the horns down, and being very respectful in a sense.
Yeah,
but love it.
As respectful as you can be to an opposing team, right?
Yeah.
DeAngela, what
I
about you?
am the least sports person here. So nothing fun for me from sports. I don't do any of the sports. But if you guys do put together a committee, a tailgating thing, I will gladly join and learn. And just really quick on Nick. Nick be a hit with his smoker. He'll smoke and he'll bring in something.
Yes.
It'll be almost like a line at his cubicle with people with their plates
I love that.
lining up to get a plate from Nick.
Yeah.
We need to get notified when that becomes a thing.
Yeah.
so we
How
can get in
do
line.
I get on the list to join the line at Nick's barbecue cube?
Love that.
I just love it. It's just something fun to do. You can make it as expensive as you want. I mean, granted, the cost of meat's going up for everything, but still,
absolutely.
a good 8 to 10 pound pork butt, can be sometimes as high as $30, but usually I try to wait for them to go on sale and get them for like 20. And it puts out a lot of sandwiches, a lot of snacks.
Yeah. And just to put a bow on that part of it, I'm not not a grill person really. I can grill. I choose for some reason not to. But I bought it's a brand called Gosney, and it's a portable pizza oven. So it's like not a wood fire, but it's a
Stone.
like a stone pizza oven, like that you can make cook outdoors and everything. It's pretty fun. Like there's something to I'm gonna make something outside, like communal experience, and then feed like the people who I care about in my life. Like there's something very enriching and enjoying to that. And I guess that probably also connects with tailgating too, because it's like, let's just like get as many people here and just slam this food before a sporting event.
Now, related to tailgate food, and it doesn't have to be tailgate food. If you could make any unhealthy food healthy, and so you can, eat as much as you want, and it's, totally fine. I'm thinking of a lot of tailgating staples here. Like for me, it would probably be like wings, because I like wings. But what would you make healthy?
All of it.
All of it. I was going to say, I ain't know wings weren't healthy. I thought they were a protein.
Well, it's all how you look at it. It's moderation.
You know
right?
what? You're right.
You see what I'm saying?
It's moderation.
Yeah, that's a protein. Why would we cut that out the diet?
We had fruit at the last one.
We did.
So
Yeah.
that was healthy there.
Yeah,
Fruit is
Nick
healthy.
had made some chicken fried rice. I was like, okay, itchy bun. So yeah, and Nick also made pulled pork? Some pulled pork sandwich. I was like, okay, Nick. And my dad makes his own barbecue sauce. So I told Nick when he has a pulled pork, pulled chicken, I'll bring some of my dad's barbecue sauce in, and we can, connect the two.
That's what I'm looking
We
forward
can
to.
merge the two. Yeah, I think what sets us apart as an IT team is we have interpersonal skill sets, so we can talk things outside of tech and be okay.
Yeah.
So we're talking about tailgate right now. We talk about music. I think Nik, DeAngela, and I think we are the experts on all things pop culture in this agency, besides you, Zach. But I do think for our group, we just kind of flow with each other and bounce ideas off each other. And so, we have team outings and we just try to enjoy work. We work hard, but we also play hard too.
Now you talk about being like a pop culture expert, but what about
Absolutely.
pop culture from like the late 90s?
Talk to me.
There
We're
is
all
some
here.
news. There's some solemn news.
Oh, no.
September 30th of this year, the day that AOL finally hangs up its dial-up service. Popular in the late 90s. I don't know if anyone around the table remembers the chirping noise for the dial-up, but
You have the voice to do the
you have-
male voice. Do the male.
you've got mail.
Okay,
Oh
that's
my
good.
God,
Hold on,
it's
let me
so
try
close.
it. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
You've got mail.
Yeah. If
I
you
can
merge
still
your
hear
guys's-
that.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
still hear that chime when you turn on chat. I was a chat queen. I was always in the chat.
AIM. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got kicked out of several chat rooms.
I think there's a story there somewhere.
Chat
Yes,
bot.
Nick, go ahead. Tell us some more.
But AOL was great. Just opened up the world.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the massive amount of kind of bring it back to public health is the massive amount of waste. All those CDs, all those ROMs that were you'd go to the mailbox. 6 days out of the week, you'd have probably like 10 of those CDs in there.
Hey, yeah. Wait a minute. You guys are IT. What's the likelihood we can bring floppy disk back? You think like can we get that back now?
They even removed the expansion slot on the laptops and the desktops.
I'm gonna make
Floppy
sure that
disk.
I only give you guys things in floppy disk form.
That would be hilarious.
I think you need a time machine to be invented for you to go back to when floppy disks would be
I
a
would
thing again.
enjoy a time machine for several reasons presently.
Now,
Yeah.
that leads me to a question, though. What piece of like old technology do you stand by? Like, it's outdated now. No one uses it, but whether it's like a phone or a video game system or pagers, like what's your thing that you go, yeah, like I wish we could have that again?
But I don't know if it's like kind of like all the way out. I would say like the old Nintendo station.
Oh yeah,
Like with the Mario Brothers, the do 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 do.
That was perfect.
That was
But
perfect.
I went and bought the, the remotes with the 4K USB that you can like put in your TV, and it has like 20,000 of the old school games.
Oh, that's so
So
cool.
I still play it,
Yeah.
but it's not the old school original with with the two red buttons,
Yeah.
the gray box.
Yeah, with the
you open
controller
it,
that would creak and everything.
you had to like blow in the box or blow in the cartridges
Yep.
Yeah.
to get it to work. Yeah, that was like my favorite piece.
I agree. I think video games in general were just better back in the day. Now it's
Sure.
all about microtransactions, and they're trying to get as much money as they can, even after you've already bought the game. It used to be you bought the game and you have the game, and then that was the whole thing was right there. And now you have to keep buying more and more. And
Downloadable content. My
Yeah.
son taught me about that because my son's 21 and he's a gamer. So he's playing Apex,
Yep.
Call of Duty,
Yep.
and I think Apex is the one that's like Fortnite, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he's like, Mom, I need money for Apex. We already bought the game. What you talking about? So he's like, they got Freddy Cougar on there. I'm like, they do? Sweet. But I do agree that I don't want to pay $69.99 for a game and then have to turn around and give him an extra $30 or something
Yep.
so he can get equipment that they use. And then it can change gold and have stars. And I'm like, I like that one. He's like, yeah, I need $100. Well, all right. Well, I guess you're not going to have it.
Yeah. Well, and there's a joke out there too, Sondra, to your point. Like, remember how like Facebook/Meta pushed like the metaverse like so hard,
Yeah.
and it's like clearly been not working. People are like, Fortnite and Apex and all these games, like that's the metaverse because
Yeah.
you can go in and be any piece of existing character content in those games, and it's just like that's the metaverse, and it's like, yeah, kinda.
Yeah.
well, before we go, typically, Zach will come up with a bonus segment, something he comes up off the top of his head.
Oh, are you asking me if I had a game? I did not think of one.
No,
I've been so
you know what?
delighted to
It's
talk
okay
about.
because I do.
Oh my God, you have a game.
Now,
That's
I met
scary.
with our producers to discuss this.
Okay. Yes, our producers, totally.
Yes, Zach, if you showed up to a production meeting, you would know we had producers.
Yeah, that's with
But-
that's with Mark and Terry, right? The producers.
Sure. We'll say that's their names.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, we have two people at this table with the last name of Watson.
Oh, that's right.
So my producers have come up with the definitive list of the 5 greatest Watsons of all time.
Wow, 2 of them right here, which is crazy.
Tell him, Zach. Tell him, Zach.
So I'm just going to read it off. Number 5 is Dr. Watson. Elementary, my dear Watson.
Did you get
Okay.
Did you get called that in school like I did?
Dr. Watson?
Yeah.
No.
I got that
didn't.
all the time.
Did
I
you?
called
hated
Randy.
it.
If you seen Coming to America with Eddie Murphy
Uh-huh.
and Randy Watson, the one who was when he was performing at the church,
I think I would have preferred Randy. I hate
they
it.
would call me that way.
So, Dr. Watson is a fictional character in the Sherlock Holmes stories by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. He first appeared in the novel A Study in Scarlet in 1887.
Okay.
The fun fact, though, is that the famous line, "Elementary, my dear Watson," was never actually said by Sherlock Holmes in the original series or novels. It was popularized starting in 1929 with the film The Return of Sherlock Holmes. So that was added on afterwards.
Oh. Okay.
So the most
I had no
famous
idea.
line is actually
Interesting.
added on
Learning.
afterwards. On to number 4, the number 4 greatest Watson of all time, Tom Watson. Tom Watson is an American professional golfer. In the 1970s and 80s, he was one of the best golfers in the world. He won 8 major championships.
Grandpa?
I
I never knew.
John probably knows who that
These
is.
may be
John
related.
probably knows
You
who
may
that
be
is. That's a
related.
great
I don't know.
answer.
I don't know. He was the number 1 player in the world from 1978 till 1982. So
John definitely knows who this person is.
Now I gotta hunt him down.
number 3 most influential Watson, or what is it? It's the greatest Watson. I want to get that correct. The greatest Watson of all time. James Watson. He's an American molecular biologist, geneticist, and zoologist. What he did is he co-authored the academic paper proposing the double helix structure of the DNA molecule.
Whoa.
He was awarded the Nobel Prize for his work.
Ooh.
And he also worked with the National Institutes of Health to establish the Human Genome Project. So
Look
the
at
Human
us.
Genome Project.
Yeah.
And he's
That's
number
big.
3.
and he's number 3.
That's wild. Okay.
I know.
High bar.
Number 2 is our own DeAngela Watson. Can you? I mean, well deserved. Yeah, and you know what? That leaves us with number 1. And you know, we all know who number 1 is. I don't even really need to mention it. The greatest Watson of all time is Emma Watson.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
English actress known for her role in the Harry Potter films. Everyone loves Emma Watson.
Everyone loves Emma Watson. I agree with this ranking
That is
list.
hilarious.
So, you know, that's the definitive list. That's what it is.
It's all good.
Hey, you know what? Down at number 995. You got me.
Can I make a edit for
Sure.
at number 6?
Number 6, okay.
Yeah, Zach Watson. He's actually he was a part of 1/3 of the Cool Guys, and very stylish, very knowledgeable, very smooth, linguistical, if you will. I think we should add him as a
Number
6
6?
or
Okay.
a tie with
I
5.
personally don't like him.
And here's why. All of those that you mentioned were great.
Sure.
Number 5, I think we've timed out of that. We need to bring somebody in that's a little
need
more
new
current.
blood.
Absolutely.
New
We need
blood.
new Watsons to the list. Zach,
Yeah.
all in favor? We can just vote right now.
Good.
All in
Say
favor,
aye.
say aye. Aye.
There it is.
The ayes have it. Let's go.
There we go. There we go. Zach made the list.
Feels so
Zach
good.
Watson, everybody.
Feels so good to be added unbiasedly.
I don't think so.
Oh, thank you. You guys are too nice.
Again, Sondra Burns,
Hey.
Nik Shipman, DeAngela Watson, the whole IT team here at Franklin County Public Health. Thank you guys so much for coming on the
Thank you
podcast
so
today.
much.
Yeah,
Thank
for
you.
having us.
Thank you for listening to the Health is Real podcast from Franklin County Public Health. We want to hear from you. Let us know your thoughts at fcph@franklincountyohio.gov, and be sure to follow us on your favorite social media platforms. And did you know that we offer vaccine clinics and education throughout Franklin County for both children and adults? Talk to a public health nurse to ask questions or schedule your vaccine appointment by calling us at 614-525-3719 or email shots@franklincountyohio.gov.